Hey there, drone fans. Rick here again with a quick review of the Evo Lite drone from Autel. This is one of the very latest releases from the Autel team and includes all the features you're looking for in a mid-sized drone. Now in this video, I'll give you 5 good reasons why I think you're going to fall in love with this particular drone. Let's start with airtime. That's one of the main considerations that most pilots use to compare one drone against another. And what Autel did was really improve the electronics inside the drone to make them way more efficient. And they've also packed more energy density into the battery. And the combination of those two things allows this drone to fly for 40 minutes on a single charge. And that's unheard of for a drone of this size. Normally a mid-sized drone, you'll get 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes if you're stretching it. But 40 minutes gives me plenty of time to get out on target, shoot a lot of beautiful video, take a lot of pictures, fly around and have a lot of fun, and still have plenty of energy to get back to my takeoff point and land. So 40 minutes of flight time. The next consideration is how far the drone will fly. Now, normally in the United States, you can't fly beyond visual line of sight, which means you have to keep the drone in your line of sight at all times. And having an orange drone really improves the distance you can fly. For me, that's about 3,000 feet. But this drone, because of the technology connecting it to the controller, can actually fly for 12 kilometers, which is about 7 miles away. Now, again, you can't fly it that far away, but knowing you've got that strong a signal between the drone and the controller, when you're in close and you've got a lot of buildings and trees and interference, you're never going to have to worry about losing a signal and having the drone head for the horizon. So a really strong connection signal between the two. The third reason you're going to love this drone is the imaging package, because the entire reason you bought a drone with a camera on it was to have a camera up in the sky. So if you buy a drone that doesn't have a great camera in it, you're not going to get great video footage. This drone has a 1-inch sensor on the front, which is the largest sensor available in a mid-sized drone today, and it'll capture some incredibly good video and take some amazing pictures. But what Autel also did was having a large sensor is one thing, but having the horsepower and the processing power behind it to process that image coming back from that sensor is just as important. And Autel has improved the imaging package to the point where this drone can deliver 6K footage at 30 frames a second or 4K footage at 60 frames a second and even higher resolutions than that. So you're getting really a professional DSLR camera that just happens to be in a robot that you can fly around. So the imaging package is absolutely astounding. You also have an adjustable aperture, which is different than a lot of drones on the market. A lot of drones of this size have a fixed aperture. This one, it's variable from 2.8 to f11. So you've got a lot of control where you can dial in the exact settings you need to capture that perfect footage. So the imaging package is amazing. In addition to that, it's got 3-directional obstacle avoidance, which means when you're flying, the drone is constantly analyzing the environment. It's looking for obstacles. And if you're not paying attention and you get too close to a tree branch, the drone's going to take over control and pull back. So it's constantly protecting the pilot from themselves, so it's not going to crash into something, because you want to take care of your drone. And sometimes you think you see something, maybe you miss a tiny little branch or a wire. The drone's going to pick up on that and pull back. So that's pretty incredible. It also has an incredibly stable flight package. So it's been tuned to handle really strong winds, level 7 winds, which are really, really strong winds. And it's also incredibly stable in the air. So the combination of that stability based on GPS and gyroscopes and internal mechanisms, it stays stable in the air. But if it gets buffeted around, you've got that 3-axis gimbal on the front, which is correcting for that movement. And that camera is going to say lock solid on your target, and you're going to capture some amazing footage. In addition to that, there's a ton of automation built in. And what I mean by that is they've built in automated programs, artificially intelligent programs, that at the push of a button on the remote, it'll fly a predetermined pattern. So you can have it focus on you and circle you, focus on you and fly away from you, fly towards you. So there's a lot of pre-programmed modes, and that's important because as a trained pilot, I can spend a lot of time flying with the joysticks, which is great. I love to do that. But if I'm in a hurry to get a shot, knowing I can hit a button and have it spin around that silo or point of interest and capture some really cool footage just speeds things up when I'm out there working. So it's got a lot of automation built in. It also has tracking capabilities, so it can focus on you. And when you're moving through a complex environment, the drone will actually follow you while dodging obstacles. So it's really a flying robot that's paying attention to you to capture some automated footage that's absolutely amazing. So all those things together. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to mention. There's no geofencing on this drone. And I know there's 2 camps on the thought of geofencing. Geofencing is sort of a map that's built into the drone to prevent you from flying in certain areas. This has none of that. Whereas a lot of the other drones out there have geofencing built into the drone, and a lot of people don't like that. They want to fly where they want to fly. This one, there's no worry with that. So all those things together really make this a very, very special drone. And I think if you consider this against a lot of other drones on the market, You've got a longer flight time, longer flight distance, amazing imaging package, tons of automated features, obstacle avoidance built in, no geofencing, and artificially intelligent flight patterns. I think it's got everything you could possibly want in a drone. And Autel's a company that's been around for a long time. They're in their like 6th generation of drones. So you're buying a product here that's got all the brains you need, all the features you need, in a package that's easy to fly, that's got incredibly good statistics and specifications, and I just think it's a wonderful drone. So hopefully you found this review helpful. I like it a lot. I think you're going to like it a lot as well. And if you've ever thought about getting into the hobby of flying a drone, this could be the perfect drone for you. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.